What is going on, YouTube and Weight Loss Warriors? It's your boy C-Dub, and I'm back with another video. Today, guys, I want to talk to you about the 4th of July coming and any real holiday being around the corner, and what do we do? And I'm going to do it right after this. Hey guys, what's happening? If you're new to my channel, my name is C-Dub, and I lost 125 pounds using OMAD. And if you're not new to the channel, thanks for grinding with me and thanks for being a weight loss warrior. I appreciate it. So today, the topic that I want to discuss is, what are we going to do, guys? The 4th of July is about to hit us like a ton of bricks. And if I know anything from watching other people's channels, when holidays come, it's a problem. It's a big problem. So today I got your back, and I'm going to try to fix your problem before the problem starts. So guys, you got a big event coming, what do you do? Well, number one thing we do, guys, is we got to plan ahead. So you got to know what's going to happen on that day. So I will use me for an example. My family, we have generally a small cookout, throw out the slip and slide, use sparklers, have a good time. This year, things changed. I had a coworker invite me over to his house where he's going to have 4 or 5 other families there, a bunch of little kids. They're going to do hamburgers and hot dogs. Everybody's bringing a side dish. He said he's going to have plenty of desserts. He's got plenty of beer. It's a whole different situation than I normally would be in. But I know that the 4th is going down like that ahead of time. So that is the first step in me allowing to come up with a plan for that day. And you just don't want to go into the day blind and wake up on the 4th and say, you know what, the day's out the window. Let me go cook some eggs and bacon and have some toast and pancakes in the morning. And for lunch, let's go out to Olive Garden. And then let's go to this party at night and blow everything up just because you know that you're probably not going to do the smartest decisions during that time. One option would be to not go to these things also. But guys, look, nobody wants to do that. And at some point, you're going to be faced with a social event. So you got to man up and go to some things like this sometimes, and you got to still be able to come out the other side of it, not beating yourself up. So here's what I would say. After you've got your plan, you know what you're going to do. Know what they're going to have, guys. So let's say you're going to a restaurant. Look at the menu before you go. Figure out, okay, look at the menu choices. You can even look up the calories of that menu and know, okay, I should or shouldn't. I'll give you an example. Sometimes when I would go to the movies, I'm not eating at the movies anymore these days, but I used to order a game day platter, which was this big platter of food, and I looked at it one day and had 3,000 calories in that one thing. And so I said, whoa, and then I looked at the quesadillas, and the quesadillas on their menu had 900. I said, okay, 900 sounds a lot better than 3,000. So you're able to balance some decisions on a restaurant menu before you walk into the place. Don't let your urges crave you there. Build it in your head prior to going. Hey, I want to check out this. But if you're going to have the cookout situation, it's not really in your control, and you know there's a bunch of desserts. You got to stop and you got to say, okay, going into the thing, I know they're having hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm going to choose this or that. I'm going to choose one or the other. I'm going to choose this sides over these sides, and I'm going to make it as simple and as easy as possible to still enjoy it, but to come out with a calorie content that's not going to kill me. Okay? Another thing I think you could do is there's going to be a table full of desserts. I'm sure at this guy's house, I ate with him at an event one time, and they had all kinds of desserts out, and he had some of the cake and some of the cookies and some of the ice cream, and he had it all. And so I know that they're going to have plenty full of sweets at this situation. So when you're looking at that table and you see cheesecake and you see, banana pudding and you see cake and you see ice cream and you see the list just goes on and on and on. Maybe even some churros and just all kinds of just delicious goodness, right, guys? You can take the healthiest option and go with like a banana pudding, and you can roll with that. But also, if you really enjoy something there, you're a real cake lover, it's okay to eat a piece of cake. The problem that I think people have is they figure that, okay, well, today I'm bending the rules a little bit because it's the 4th, so I'm not going to just have a piece of cake. I'm going to have a piece of cake, I'm going to eat the churro, I'm going to have the ice cream, I'm going to have the banana pudding, and they just go through the list of sweets, and they've taken something that should have been a 500-calorie treat that they've earned and really deserved through their weight loss journey, and they've turned it into a 3,000-calorie disaster. And that's not what you want to do. So make sure going into the dessert portion of it, you're like, okay, I know I'm going to pick out something, but I'm going to do one dessert. And that's it. If it's a piece of cake, it's a piece of cake. If it's a churro, it's a churro. But I'm not going to do multiple things. All right. Another thing I think you guys can do is before you eat, make sure you drink a full glass of water. I'm talking 16 full ounces, and you might even want to drink 2 glasses of water. And what that's going to do is fill your stomach up with fluid so that the food comes in and there's not as much room, guys. That's a crucial part of this situation. I think we sit down sometimes on an empty stomach. We've been socializing, we've been talking, and all of a sudden, we start eating and we're able to put in so much more food and we're not hydrated. And so it's just a slippery slope. But if you make sure to drink 2 full glasses of water before you touch your food, what you've done now is filled your stomach up, you've made sure you are hydrated, and you're probably going to eat several hundred calories less at that meal than you would have otherwise. All right, guys? Now, the next thing you can do, and this is probably the most important thing, is on the 3rd, reduce your calories. So, guys, if you're normally eating 2,000 calories, eat 1,200 on the 3rd. Then, on the 5th, eat 1,200 calories. Now you've saved yourself 1,600 calories to overdo it on the 4th. And that's the mentality you guys got to think about is, I know I'm going to do a little more on the 4th, so now I'm going to do a little less on the 3rd and the 5th. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to throw the whole weekend away and say, well, the 4th of July is coming, so I'm going to pick out on the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. It's all a weekend. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to get back to it on Monday. Because now you've put yourself into a huge calorie gain, and your answer is going to be, well, I just need to fast the next week. And guys, I can't tell you how much I disagree with that. The yo-yo fasting stuff has to get out of your life. Forget that. It's consistency that wins. It's day in and day out doing the right thing. And knowing and planning ahead can be a part of the consistency. That's getting a plan together. Fasting it all off because I blew a whole weekend is not okay. It's not an excuse just because it's the 4th to eat for an entire weekend whatever you want. It should be a one-day event, and it shouldn't even be the whole day. You shouldn't open up your window the second you roll off. It's the 4th, guys. I'm going out and first thing in the morning, and I'm eating until I go to bed at night. Calm down. Calm down. You've been working too hard for that. You've been working too hard for that. Is it okay if you're OMAD to go to a little warrior? Sure, it's okay. But you got to be smart about it, and you can't throw the whole weekend away, guys. Don't do it. Don't fall into that trap. So, make sure you're reducing the day before and the day after. You don't even have to fast. But if you are hardcore about it, you can fast either one of those days. If you fast the day before or you fast the day after, you will make up for overeating. Just one day of fasting and a little bit of overeating will take care of everything you need to. And as long as it's planned in advance, I don't think it's yo-yo fasting. I think yo-yo fasting is where you've binged and then you get up the next morning and you're like, I gotta make up for my binge. Oh God, I'm gonna fast. That's gotta go. Get that out. That's trash. That's a trash way of doing it, guys. So don't fall into those traps, please. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, and it's the thing that everybody probably wants me to talk about on this video, is alcohol. Guys, alcohol. How can I drink on the 4th and not blow it? So here's what I suggest. I suggest that first you understand what alcohol is calorie-wise. So I'm going to give you an overlay. Each beer has a different calorie content. You're welcome to look those up if you like a particular beer. But I'm just going to take a quick look at my notes. On average, 154 calories for one beer. So you drink a beer, it's 154 calories. For a shot of liquor, it's 97. So a shot of liquor is smarter than a beer. But when they both give you about the same alcohol effect. But if you're taking that shot and you're mixing it up with all kinds of fruits and sugars and everything else to make a drink that you like, now you've taken that 97 and thrown a couple hundred more, and it can be way, way, way more devastating than a beer. So you got to play that shot well. If you're taking a shot with some Diet Coke or some Coke Zero or Pepsi no sugar, something like that, you're going to be much better off, or sparkling water, than you would be with a beer. But if you're going to add it in with a real Coke and some sugar and some whatever, and you're going down a slippery slope. A glass of wine is 123 calories. So it's a little bit better than a beer, a little bit worse than a shot. So that's kind of where you are. So you want to drink that night, you got to keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to overdo it today. I normally eat 2,000 calories. Today I'm going to eat 3,500. I'm going to have 1,500 calories more. I'm going to reduce my calories the day before by 700. I'm going to reduce my calories the day after by 700. Now I have a plan. So on this 3,500 calories, I know I'm going to eat a dessert, and the dessert is going to be roughly 500 calories. I know I'm going to have a hamburger, and I'm going to eat a side of macaroni and cheese, and the list goes on and on. So you kind of plan out what you're going to do before you get there, and then you know I have 1,000 calories for beer. So now 1,000 calories of beer is way enough calories. If you're drinking 1,000 calories of beer, you just roughly drank what, like 7, 8 beers? That's a lot of drinking. Now, I don't think any of you need to do that. I think you all understand what your limit is, whether that's 3 drinks or 4 drinks or 5 drinks. You just work that calorie content into it. And if you want to down 12 drinks, you're going to really have to cut back on the eating. There's no doubt about it. The other thing you guys got to consider is the drinking needs to stop at some point. You don't want to continue to carry a night on where you're eating at 6 and you're having a cookout, and now okay, well, it's eating at 6. Now I'm going to open that window up till what, 3 in the morning? Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. You just had 9 hours of engorging yourself. That's not really probably the best idea, but it could be done on an 8, so you could go till 2 in the morning. But I'd say, listen, guys, cut it off at a certain amount of time. If you're a OMAD guy, take 4-hour window to eat, to start your food, start your drinking, and end it. So maybe your food is all done in an hour. You sit down with everybody on the cookout. You've got 3 more hours to drink alcohol. Drink it, have fun socially, talk, do whatever you can. Don't get too messy and sloppy drinking. And you're good to go. You're golden after that point. Or if it's really a situation where you need to extend it for 6 hours because there's people in town and you haven't seen them and you just want to have some beers with them, go ahead and do it. Make sure, of course, you have a safe ride home and all that good stuff. But go ahead and do it. But understand that once I start getting around 6 beers, that's 600 plus 50 on each one of those. So take it by 3, so that's another 150 calories. So 750 calories, guys. 750 calories dropping down those 6 beers. It's actually more than that, my bad. But you get the point, 900. 900 calories is what it is. So 900 calories is what you're hitting on with a 6-pack of beer. So keep that in mind. If you're going to down 12, that's your whole calorie content for the day. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring this to you. I wanted to get it out ahead of time on the 4th of July so you guys can sit down and celebrate and have a good time. And you guys in another country that are watching this that don't celebrate the 4th, guys, the next holiday that comes around the corner, you can use this to guide you too. It's all about planning, and the very worst possible thing you can do is throw your whole weekend away and say, you know what, I've earned it. I'm spending the next 3 days doing whatever I want to do. Because, guys, if you're doing that, you haven't fixed this yet. And if you haven't fixed this yet, you're never going to fix this. That's just the facts, guys. You got to fix this before you can fix the stomach. And if you're going to go out there with that attitude, you're not ready yet. Just use your one day. Celebrate with the people you love. Have a good time. Be smart about it. All right, guys. Hit my face. It's right there, guys. I know you see it. It's beautiful. Little round circle right there. Click on it and subscribe if you haven't supported it yet. And everybody else, if you've been a part of my channel, thank you so much. Hit these other videos. Stay on my channel. I appreciate all of you. I hope this video was helpful. Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.